Shalom Yasharala. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that have passed on, serving the Lord, the dead in Yahushai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers that's out here teaching the truth, and always commemorate the sister who washed Yahushua feet when you read the scriptures. I'm sorry. All right. I wanted to more or less translate what I said in the last video, because all illegal immigrants aren't only Spanish speaking. Some illegal immigrants speak English. Some illegal immigrants don't even come from Spanish speaking countries. So I wanted to have something for you, and also, like I said, for you brothers out here to know what's going on. So yesterday, as some of y'all may or may not know, I work in the construction business, and the construction business is very I'll say a lot of illegal immigrants work in the construction business, because it just so happens to, it being, for them, obviously it's got to be a cash business, but also they, the fact that it's a cash business, and it's one where they do a lot, they do very good in. Like, you got to understand, when you read the Bible, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, are excellent at math, believe it or not. They're excellent at math. And you need to be, because you need to know the measurements of something, to a science. And believe it or not, as much as a lot of y'all think that Mexicans are stupid, they're very intelligent mathematically. And a lot of Mexicans are, a lot of Central Americans that aren't Mexicans kind of follow the same patterns as Mexicans. So what happens is, what's happening is that ICE is posting up, they're not stupid. They're going all over the place, and everywhere where there are suspected droves of illegal immigrants coming to this country, or that's already been in this country. And they're detaining them. So they detained a fella who is in the same business as myself yesterday. And the way they did it wasn't at all respectful. They were very, they weren't talking to him like he's a human being. And what I'm noticing is that they are also using our people. They're using Hispanics that have papers, obviously, mostly Puerto Rican and Cuban. In fact, in the video that I saw, it was a scumbag, worthless bitch Cuban woman that was yelling at the fella to get out his car. She was the most turned up, the most violent one in that video. And when I say violent, they didn't physically harm him in the video. I can't guarantee they didn't do it after the camera stopped rolling, or after they got him where they got him, but they are not treating the so-called illegal immigrants like humans. They're not. And what I'm noticing, what I noticed in the video is Esau and Jake combining to torture Jake, basically. They're going to send this guy back to El Salvador, and he's been a hard worker since he got here. I've known him for a few years, at least 7 or 8 years. Nothing about him indicates he's a bad guy. But, I get it. He's an illegal immigrant, in all truth and sincerity, no country can prosper if it abandons the needs of its own citizens in favor of other people. You have to limit the benefits, the health care. There's only but so much resources that the United States has, where once we thought it was unlimited, it's not. So I get that part. I understand. Although the people that are making all the rules are themselves descendants of illegal immigrants. But okay, whatever. So, but here's a few pieces of advice that I have for anybody that's an illegal immigrant. Is number one, this is how the Democrats and Republicans, their beef, their fighting against each other hurts you. During the Biden administration, they allowed illegal immigrants to get driver's licenses. Now, with those driver's licenses, they're looking for you. They know where you live. They might not know where you work, but they have a way to get to you. And they're damn sure making sure to get to you. So that's one thing I want you to know. Another thing that I want you to know is you have to be cognizant. Y'all have to make alliances with people that have their papers. You have to have alliances. Some of you might have papers. Some of you might have papers. Some of you, you might have a Mexican who, he had a son. His son was born here. His son is 18 years old. That son can drive. He's going to be the one that you should ask and pay to go to Home Depot and pick up whatever materials you need. People with papers are now an asset to anything that involves illegal immigrants. So another thing is, don't register a car in your own name and then drive around in it. Any car that you have registered, find a way to get it registered in the name of somebody who has papers, because when they run the plates, it's going to come back to somebody who is not an illegal immigrant, and hence you won't even get pulled over 9 times out of 10. Now, granted, nothing's foolproof, right? I'm not giving you something that's going to guarantee you won't get picked up. But that's one thing, especially a lot of y'all that are so-called illegal immigrants, most of you came here to work. So you work for a company, you should try to work it out with that company and get it registered in the company's name. Especially if it's a work vehicle. So that's another thing I want y'all to be cognizant of. If you have that type of relationship with the company, let them register it in their name so that when because they're gonna, if you look Hispanic, they're probably running my shit all the time. I look Hispanic, and I could very well be an illegal immigrant on site, right? Just by the way I look, whatever. I could very well be illegal. I'm not. But, they don't know that when they look at my face. So they run my plate. Oh, he's good. He's a citizen since February. Okay, leave him alone. Right? So, it just is what it is. We have to be careful. We can't have a lot of stuff in our names. Try to get things in the name of somebody. If you have a child that was born here, somebody who's a legal immigrant, or somebody who is a native who was literally born on U.S. soil, make sure you get, anything major like a car, put it in their name. And you got to be able to trust them. You can't get it in any old body's name, because then you got motherfuckers that are going to be like, oh, well, the car's in my name. Let me take it for a spin. So be careful who you trust, but you're going to have to trust somebody that has their citizenship. I'm not teaching you how to break the law, but I am going to tell you that I genuinely feel for people that are getting detained by ICE. They are not treating you like you're a human being. They're very forceful. They're very violent. They slam you they are just like the Nitro cops in Newark back in the 90s. They're just like the gang unit in Newark in the early 2000s. They are that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they were bad. They did not treat people like they were humans. They'll kick you, they'll punch you, then not give a fuck. They'll throw you all over the fucking room. You are not civilized to them. You're a monkey to them. I'm telling you because I've seen the way they do it. There's countless videos, and I saw yesterday a video. This one didn't get punched or kicked. But trust and believe, these cops are hostile. They think that they're breaking into Iraq. They think that they're going after ISIS. Not literally, but that's how they're treating you. So please be cognizant. Walk circumspect. Don't go to places where there's large gatherings of immigrants, legal or illegal. And if you watch this video and you're close friends with somebody, or you care about somebody who doesn't speak English, it definitely helps not being profiled because you don't speak English. Although there's a lot of people that have their papers. My parents barely speak English. They have their papers. So there's a lot of people but don't give them any extra reason. Not speaking English or not being capable of speaking English is one clue that they'll have, oh, maybe this person doesn't have any papers. Try to learn English. Stay out of crime, too. Don't fucking, on top of, they're treating you coming to this country as a crime. Don't do actual crime on top of it. Drive safe. Don't do no improper turns or nothing. Drive very safe. Don't run no fucking red lights. When that shit's yellow, slow the fuck down. Or if it just turned yellow, go. But carefully. Drive carefully. Do everything you do careful. Don't sit here and drive aggressively. Be a defensive driver. Because they're catching a lot of people, and their excuse is, the typical broken tail light or any level of stupidity. They're tired of immigrants coming to America and chewing up the resources, but most of them are the ones that's on welfare, chewing up the resources. But please, my black and Latino people, especially those of you that are actual illegal immigrants, be very careful. And of course, in the video, I mentioned that the most important piece of advice, and I said it in Spanish as best as I could, maybe some of y'all could help me. Repent, come back to serve the Lord. I tried to say it in Spanish as best as I could. But repent and serve the Lord is more important than anything that I told you in this video. It's not a bait and switch. It's coming. This whole video comes from the fact that y'all are my people. And I want to see as few of my people jammed up in the legal system, whether it's through ICE or even the American system through crime. I don't want to see my people jammed up. So with that, I hope that this video resonates and helps somebody's, a lot of people, hopefully, to not get jammed up by ICE. It's not a guide to, it's not even surefire, but a lot of you are working for American companies, and that's fine. A lot of you are cooks, a lot of you are in construction, and you need to get around. You need to work. And last thing you want is for your hard work to be met with you getting punched in the face or hurt by a ICE agent that already doesn't look at you like you're a human being. Because that's really what the point of the video is. It's caring about my people enough to tell them a little bit of advice And there's help out there, and there's companies and there's people out here willing to help you. Not illegally, not to, not like I'm gonna hide you in my basement or nothing. Not that I have one, but like, just a genuine, like, yo, we don't want to see you get hurt. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.